Everyone, Gerry from Marina Deckless here, top 4 of my PTQ. I think this is the rematch to the person that beat me with Simic Aggro, but we are on the play now. Kind of interesting decision here where we could hold open push on turn 1 and not play Night Market Lookout, which seems kind of weird. But they're almost certainly going to play a mana creature on turn 1, especially since they kept 7, and then we get to play Scrappy on turn 2. I'm actually going to do this. This might be kind of silly, and I also might just be misremembering what deck. But I don't think so. I think this is the Simic deck. Yeah, Steel Leaf. That might be bad for them. It might be bad for me, too. If they miss on Elf, it's kind of awkward. Don't be bad. Play an elf. Just do it. Oh, there's basic forest. That's good. Step 1. Yay. I don't look stupid. Hooray. Ooh, Mutavault. Mutavault is a good magic card. So now we can go Lookout, Mutavault, attack for 5. So this is shaping up pretty nicely. Might as well run that castle out there. And then maybe they play their Steel Leaf and hit us for 4. I doubt it, though. I feel like Steel Leaf Heart of Kirin is probably on D, which is not good for my Rankle. Yeah, there's no way they want to trade 4 for 6 here when Steel Leaf on D basically just bricks my entire attack. Although I could play Rankle and get in for 5. Or I could animate Mutavault, get in for 4, and play Knight of the Ebon Legion, which would put a counter on it, and then I can play Rankle next turn. I think what I'm supposed to do is play Rankle and pass. And then try and start activating Castle. It's certainly tempting to get in my 5 damage, but just like... Again, this instead of Spawn of Mayhem is... It's not great. Ew! That card's busted. Card is busted. So they get to probably trade with Rankle and Crew Heart, or they could just kill the Lookout if they wanted to. That card's really bad for me. Yeah, surprised they didn't crew and just hit me for 4. It would have been free. So same position. Could animate Mutavault, get in for 4, but I think I have to play Swamp, Knight, and then just activate Castle. And Castle is nice. I mean, we're at 4 higher life because our opponent didn't attack. Now my sideboard has these stupid Dark Betrayals in it instead of the Grasp of Darknesses that I want now. But now we know our opponent has Aethersphere Harvester too. Speak of the devil. Alright, so if I get in there with Knight, what happens? I got 2 pumps. 2 pumps all rolled up. Does 2 mana mean anything? Brazen Borrower, maybe? I don't know. This is like a pretty bad block if they don't have a thing. Alright, tight. I feel like at that point they're probably... I mean, I guess they get my other 3 mana, but like, if they just crew Heart... Indestructible. Garbage. Hate it. Alright, they're getting aggro. So they can block the Knight, I can hit them for 9, basically, if I fire up both Mutavolts. I feel like there's an attack in here somewhere. I could go Harvester, Scrappy, attack with 1 Mutavolt. I think that plays. Yeah, I think they're incentivized to block the Knight, and I just don't even want to pump it this turn, so that's cool with me. And I hope I don't die somehow. Fingers crossed, y'all. Alright, Oko's a thing. Create a food. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think if they like Oko'd my Harvester and then crewed off of Oko and then attacked with all, I would still go to 1. So now they might just be trying to turtle up here. So they have 3 blockers and 3 lives. They're at 11 and have 3 blockers. Thoughtseize does not a thing. So I can get them for 3 attackers, basically. And a ding off the Lookout, which is 4 points short. The Oko is also fairly problematic. And if I'm not attacking with everyone, I basically can't attack with anyone because they have Heart plus Ronus to just eat the Harvester. So I think what I'm doing is just like passing and then activating Castle, hopefully. Oh, this is kind of frustrating. Give me a Murder Strider or something. I could like Castle now. That puts me down to 3 mana. I think I just want the Mutavault probably. Although if I hit a 1-drop, that would be pretty good. But I basically don't want to take 2 damage if I don't have to also. Because I might need that during this combat step, depending on what happens. They did not sack the foods. They might want it as a 3/3. That would give them more attackers with Ronus to potentially get through damage. So yeah, like the combat situations in these matchups are just nightmares. Wonder if my opponent has figured it out though. I mean, they do know that they can make Heart an 8-power thing. So if I do block, I soak up 7, basically. Which might not be that bad. I guess I can do this first because they can't kill me. And then if I draw a push, it would be good. So now that I have spawned a trade, I think that even further incentivizes me to block with this thing. Yeah, so I end up net 1 life, but obviously down a Harvester. And also down a thing to crew my Lookout. Yeah, so then they just make their food a 3/3, so they don't have life gain anymore. But they have substantial amount of blockers. Alright, we did draw the Rider. What does that mean? So we can Rider, 2 Mutavaults, 5 attackers. They have 3 blockers. So get in for like 4 or whatever. So I think what we want to do is just play out Spawn for full, and then we have Rider if they try and go for lethal. And hopefully this works out. Obviously, they can Oko down the Spawn to a 3/3 if they care. Yeah, this is tough. This is a good game. Feel like there were a lot of decisions to be made. I think I played turn 1 beautifully. Actually gave me a chance. Got me in a lot of extra damage. And certainly if my opponent had crewed his heart with the wolf on turn 4, I would have been in a lot more trouble. They would have been able to get like way more aggressive with Steel Leaf, and I'd probably just be dead this turn. So a couple of key decisions made so far. Pretty sweet. I guess I could be thinking about like how I'd block if my opponent did stuff. Like say they Oko down the Spawn, crew hard off Oko, attack with all 4. I can put Lookout on the Ronus and then Spawn on the Steel Leaf. And if he goes Trample the Heart, Trample the Steel Leaf. It's still only 10. Oh no, it's 13. It would be exactly 13. But they know I can also block with Mutavault, so they know it's not lethal. So what they should do is probably just Oko down the Spawn and then crew Heart and attack with that. I guess one thing I could have done on my turn is just Rider the Oko and just be done with it, and then they'd be down a thing to crew with Heart, and then my Spawn would live as a 4/4, but I felt like I was going to need the Rider to blow out whatever they give Trample to in combat. Maybe I should have thought about that more, but that also kind of just tips my hand, so. Ooh. How does that change things? Oh, I think my opponent figured it out. Yeah, so they're just going for lethal. Oh, but they're not. Wild. Oh yeah, it wasn't lethal anyway. It's still just 9 or whatever. I mean, what if they O-code this? Could I go chump, block, and then block? And then they could trample this thing for 3, so it'd be 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I guess they would still die on the swing back. Alright, so what do I want to do here? They haven't used Oko yet, so I could still just kill that. And then can I kill them? They played their land for the turn. I would have 7 attackers, and they'd have 3 blockers. I mean, that seems pretty lethal. Depends on what they do, I guess. Well, they're just passing. So it means they're keeping Ronus up. And if I kill Oko, they play a thing. They take 2, 4, 5, 6, and go to 1? No, because they won't be able to block the spawn. Oh, and the spawn deals the damage. Yeah, so I kill this, or I take this, and then in combat, I destroy the Oko. Hopefully that doesn't get stubbed or whatever. If that got stubbed, I think my opponent would be playing, like, very differently. Okay, so they had an elf. How does that change things? Spawn basically deals 2. So this might just be it. Yeah, this is 5 plus Lookout, right? Oh, they still have Heart of Kieran, though. Damn it. Ugh. Okay, so I can get in with Spawn. Damn. Okay, so maybe I just blew that. Wait, no, well, hold on. So they have 4 things. I have 7 things. That still seems like lethal to me. Especially since this has trample. Hope I'm not missing something. Yeah, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so these 6 seem good. Blood Soak, definitely not very good. I like Thoughtseize on the draw, but not really on the play. Yo, mid-combat Murderous Rider, what is up? So sick. And we're bringing in the Reckonings now because we know our opponent has Aether Sphere Harvester, and that card is a giant pain. So they'll have, like, probably 4 vehicles and then random foods, and maybe it's not good enough to actually have, but feel like this matchup is pretty bad unless you have a bunch of Grasp of Darknesses, which I do not have, again. So yeah, seems tough. If I have the Reckonings, then Rankle gets a little bit better. The Flyers are just better in general. It is kind of like an interesting who's the beatdown type of thing, where I feel like they are actually the beatdown, because I can't really control all the stuff that they're doing in most instances. And given that, does that change how I should sideboard? Like, maybe the spawns are just not good, but, like, I need to, like, kind of control them enough to throw them off base, but not enough to take, like, actual full control. So it's kind of weird. Also, like, spawn's a pretty big investment that just gets OCO'd, but, like, it's one of the only few things that actually trades with stuff. Like, a Scrappy could go, and then maybe a Thoughtseize, but Thoughtseize trades up a lot. It's just a bad draw. I could see cutting a land, but my stuff is, like, fairly mana intensive. So, like, last time I just didn't have the Infernal Reckonings, and then that was pretty clean. What if I cut a Scrappy and a Spawn? Maybe that's bad. But, like, I am mostly the control deck. So, I feel like this is slightly better on the play. Or rather, much better on the play, but pretty heinous on the draw if I'm super far behind all the time. Kind of an awkward hand, but this does kind of play into, like, what we were talking about, where, you know, I feel like I'm the control deck and everything, and this is just 3 removal spells, and their scariest stuff is definitely just big creatures, right? And this has answers. And Since I have a lot of removal, I'm not sure if like pushing the Llanowar Elf is better or worse, but regardless, it slows them down so that I can, like, by the time they play a Steel Leaf, I'll be able to play a Murderous Rider on it. Obviously, it would just be much different if Fatal Push had ways to get turned on, but it does not, so. Alright. Opponent's just going ham with mana creatures. That's cool. They will play a big thing. Hopefully we'll be able to kill it, not get stubbed. That's actually great for us. That means that our Infernal Reckoning is live. It's kind of awkward because, I mean, I guess in this instance, I can just attack with a Mutavault to have them take the shields down. Like, if I just pass a 3 mana open, they're never going to crew the Harvester. So yeah, I think I'm supposed to just jam with this thing. And they're probably just like, what the hell is happening? What is your hand? I guess you kept a Fatal Push or whatever. And that's sort of true. But yeah, I just don't think that I'd be able to make like a clean trade on this Harvester without attacking there, so. Hooked him. And pretty great knowing that they don't have a stub, right? So we can freely just Murderous Rider this Lovestruck Beast, and I think that's okay. I mean, I guess we want to like activate Mutavault to block their 1/1s and then kill it so they don't get free points in with these 1/1s. But yeah, this could be a questing beast, I guess. Oh, Wicked Wolf. Interesting. It's going to be tough to kill, certainly. I wonder if them jamming this means that they're threat light or if they have another one, right? I mean, they didn't play a land that turn. Kind of just wondering what happens if I run out this Murderous Rider, but don't have a whole lot of options. Another cool game. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the pressure, you know? Yep. Nailed it. I could block, get them to sack the food, and then Rider it. But then I'm down a Copter, and I kind of need this Copter because my hand is real bad. And honestly, I think what I might end up do is Rider the Goose, cast the Rider, hit him with Copter. I definitely do not like this. kind of got to do what you got to do, though. And I both have to get Hellbent for castle and also make it so they can't just have a bunch of food feeding these wolves. So I could have gone the other direction and like traded Copter and then killed it, but I don't think that really solves the problem. And yeah, it's just like they have a bunch of big things that are hard to kill. So not a good spot to be in for sure. Need to draw a lot of removal. I guess this is the type of matchup where Kalitas would be really good too. Alright, we Copter flooded. So I can play Copter, Copter, and then animate a Mutavault, crew 2 the Copters if I want to. They could just Hashep Oasis their Steel Leaf, which would make me want to chump block. And then whatever else I block on the Wicked Wolf, they can just sack a food to save. But I don't think I can realistically crew Copter and then attack them. At 11. Yeah, because if I don't have a 3-power thing to block the Steel Leaf, then I have to block like literally everything else, because that's 8. That would put me at 3. But if I go Copter, Copter, I'll still have a blocker for this. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'd still be alive. Alternatively, I could just crew with the Mutavault now. Oh, Rankle, you piece of crap. Alright, so do we discard a Copta? Because we're not going to play it this turn. We're not going to play both this turn, at least. Classic Copter and all removal spells deck. I think we have to play the land to kind of like keep up appearances. It's also possible I just might want 8 mana next turn to like Rankle and double Mutavault, so. And definitely going to block Copter on a wolf, and at that point we might as well put the lifelinker on it too to get the free life. I really don't think I'm winning this game, but we shall see. A lot of weirdness would have to happen. And they're just going to kill the lifelinker instead of the Copter. That's fine with me. Yeah, like their plan is to just give me fewer creatures to go with the Copters, which does make sense. Ugh, Scavenging Ooze is pretty good. I mean, not right now. Just in general, you know? Oh, the Goose is very good. It's like we almost had lethal if we drew a land. Yeah, if we drew a land, we could activate Mutavaults, crew the Copters, and Rankle them. But the Goose as the flying blocker and the food kind of seals it. So what can we do here? Nothing? Seems like nothing. Yeah, just didn't get a lot going. Got beat up by Wicked Wolves. So it goes. Yeah, too many things. 3 land all spells. Cannot compete. Alright, so do we want Spawn, Scrappy in there? Maybe these champs, even though they're heinous. I think we do want Spawn. Scrappy seems alright if they're going to be like wolfing us and stuff. Thoughtseize is less good on the play for sure. But they still have so many cards that are just terrifying, you know? Grasp of Darkness would solve the Wicked Wolf problem too. So stupid. Why am I so dumb? Could have been a contender. I don't think they're going to touch their vehicles, but at least now they know that I have a card that beats them. Rankle is just consistently very, very bad. I feel like it should be okay in this matchup. Like, flying seems good. I mean, maybe less so because they have vehicles and stuff. I don't know. Let's just do this. Let's go Flyers and then Thoughtseize to like protect and clear the way. We'll go down on a Reckoning because it is very reactive. And just like bank on Murderous Rider to get us out of it. I think this is the best plan. I don't know if this will lead us to victory or not, but give it my damnedest. All right, kind of awkward. Removal and then demons. I mean, if we were playing like some crappy red-black mid-range deck, I'd be all about this. But ideally, we have a way to actually spectacle these things. But if we just kill our opponent's stuff, slow them down, maybe we can just hardcast these things. Opponent picked up a Lovestruck Beast. That ain't it. That is not the elf my opponent was looking for. So we probably get to save this push for something better like that Elvish Mystic there. So is there some sort of psychological edge to be gained by playing the castle? I don't think there is. Like, if anything, playing this could make them more aggressive, which is maybe a good thing. Like, oh, I can't try and play a long game because he's just going to grind me out with castle. And I mean, that's not really true. Yep, so the beast is here. Can't attack with the human. Get to grasp the beast. Could just try and keep them off 1/1s. I don't think that's very realistic, though. Murderous Rider is probably the best draw on the deck. And now we just get to jam Spawn. Let's get it. No Oko. No Oko. Just play a Steel Leaf Champion or something bad. We'll also accept questing. Alright. If you +1 on the Spawn, that's still not that bad. Still okay. We could just kill the Oko outright. Or we could kill the token and attack it. So what is better? attacking our opponent for 5 or killing their human and attacking Oko for 5. I would like to think that it is ignoring the human for the most part. So again, second Murderous Rider, probably best draw. Not going to lie. And I feel like at some point I'm going to forget that this is just a 3/3 thing that doesn't fly. So I'm saying that out loud to try and, you know, just get it in there. Ooh. The Needle. Needle's pretty good. Not really against my draw. Like, you can shut down Mutavault or Castle. I'm fine with either, really. Obviously, in those games where I had, like, a million copters, Needle just destroys me, and there's nothing I can do about it. What you got for me, opponent? Which one are you more scared of? Yeah, more scared of Mutavault. Not surprised. Breeding Pool taps in, like, kind of a pass? Are you actually passing? Oh my god, they actually passed. Oh my god. In. Get. What is my opponent's hand? Like, Wicked Wolf without food, I guess? So then I just give them a target with the Murderous Rider, which is not ideal. Gain that 2 life, though, bruh. Don't forget about that. Alright, another Oko kind of makes sense. Turn their human into a 3/3. That allows them to trade with my 3/3, but then their Oko would still die. So here... we can Rider the human, send these 2 at Oko, 4 at their face. Alternatively, just attack them for 9. I mean, first things first. Definitely doing that. Feel like it's just better to kill the Oko. Still threatening lethal next turn. We got very lucky. Their draw this game was so bad. And our draw was quite good. Outside of, like, not having a thing to enable spawn. Wowie, wow, wow. I mean, it's not over, but it's pretty over. Let's be real. Yep. That is a wolf. Look out! Finals. Let's get it.